Well, my father started in 1975. He started with his brother-in-law, Steve Koulisianis. Steve was in partnership with George, and then George wanted to get out of it, and Dad sort of started to work for him. And then as he was working for him, they got into partnership with him. So they started out with being in Reservoir, then in Coburg, then they went to Thomastown off Settlement Road, and then they ended up going to Campbellfield Colbert Street in Campbellfield. And I remember when I was a teenager, young kid, sorry, not a teenager, but a young kid, most of my school holidays I'll be there, working at the factory there, putting little holes and running around, causing little headaches for me dad and mum. Mum used to be there too. Mum used to do all the sewing and all the upholstery. And then they started at Colbert Street, and then ended up being in Colbert Street. And then from Colbert Street, they closed New Home Caravans in 1998 when the recession. And then from there, my dad sort of then, he still wanted to get into caravans and everything else. He was still willing to manufacture caravans. And then basically, they've lost everything. So then he started his first caravan again, went to a church in Fawkner on Sydney Road. Opposite the cemetery, there's a Greek Orthodox church. He started to manufacture at the back of the shed. And that's where he started building his microns, rear door. And then from the church, he started there, and he started selling to a few dealers over at like Barry Sullivan. He had a dealership on Sydney Road. Yeah, he used to sell to Duck Thorley previously and that. And from there, he went back into his old factory in Colbert Road, and that's when we sort of started to manufacture the Royal Flair. Then they had to sell the factory, and then basically we went from Colbert Road to Cooper Street. Right in the front of there was a peach factory there, so. And then we started at Cooper Street there. We're manufacturing a bit more caravans, but portable homes too. We're doing a lot of portable homes. And then once we sort of, and that's when my siblings, well, Gina was involved back then too. And then from Colbert Road, from Cooper Street, we ended up going to Rex Road, sharing a factory together with a transport company. So it was a long journey. It was a different journey that we had. And then from Rex Road, they closed New Home Caravans. My sister did, and I started in 91, 95. I took over when they closed it, and we moved from Rex Road. We went to Kalar Road. Started manufacturing between 1 and 2 vans a week. Then we got to 4s, run about there. But it was different because when Dad had New Home Caravans, they were manufacturing between 14 to 15 vans a week. And they were basic caravans. The caravans that you see there are just completely different. So, hell had anything on the van, just a couple of 240 lights, and that was it. But for 14 vans, and you can see the quality back then wasn't like we have right now today. So from Colbert Road, we moved to Marola Way. It was 38 Marola Way. Then we moved across the road from Marola Way, and still Dad was part of us, and he always loved caravans, and he inspired me to continue on and everything else. And then from 26 to 28 Marola Way, we moved to here, right now where we are, 62 Rolundra Drive. Before Dad got sick and before he passed away and everything else, I brought him to the factory. And there's a photo of us, me, Peter and Dad together. And just wanted him to see the vision where Royal Flair is heading. I know he'll be proud of what we have achieved now with the facilities that we've got. He'll have been absolutely wrapped. And we had an office for him and everything else for him, for him to be here with us, but he's with us in spirit. But achieving what we've had now, basically with the 3 generations of Peter, with myself, still being involved, not after Dad passed away, getting rid of Raw Flair Caravans. So for him now, he'll see there feeling that, hang on, you know what I mean? I thought he was only doing it for me, but now he's carrying it on, so it was meant for him too. So my dad first said to me when we get into caravans were very hard to get into, and he was finding difficulties with his other partners that he had, this caravan industry. And it hasn't been pleasant. We've had ups and downs, right? We've had everything. We've been bashed from left to right. But the thing is that he always taught me was, understand, have that passion for manufacturing, and then everything's just a challenge. You know what I mean? You sit there and you talk about, you stress, no, everything's a challenge. Don't worry about it, you work it out. Everything you can work out, doesn't matter. And if you can't work it out, you can't work it out. That's it, done. So look, being proud of us, I reckon the facility, number 1, number 2, having 3 generations, number 4, even what we've done now with the staff that we've put on. I've took over my dad's business that he had, and you can just see the joy in his face, knowing that I'm taking over, 2nd generation, and that. Look, it's beautiful to see that your kids, want to take that next phase of life of building the next generation of Royal Flair Caravans. And it's up to them really. I mean, it's an opportunity they want. If they want it, it's there for them. If they don't want it, well, it's up to themselves. But them being here, I'm stoked. I couldn't ask anything better. We've been part of this industry for 50 years. We're passionate, we love it, we enjoy it. Well, 2025 is for Royal Flair, it's exciting because basically we are celebrating our 50th year, but also we redesigned the whole look of our 25 models. So we've never if you have a look at the history of Royal Flair and you look at the outside of Royal Flair, 25s has completely changed it. Basically the new design that we've come up with, the curves, the doors, most of the whole cosmetic side of the Royal Flair has completely changed. And you can take this one out now with no branding and put it next to a Royal Flair with branding, the 2024 models, and you think, well, wow, that's not a Royal Flair Caravan. It's another brand, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to inspire, to change again, innovate it again. We needed that next step or next level where we can have someone designing in-house and I can work in together with. So, but it is exciting for us.